Good morning, students. Today we'll start with our EVS 1 portion, lesson number 4 for your first semester examination. I hope you are enjoying your Ganesh festival days at home and keeping yourself updated with studies as well, because your exam of first semester will happen. So please go through all the lessons which we are doing on the same day. So today we are going to do the easiest lesson of your EVS, that is environmental balance. Environmental balance. What is environment? The things which we see in the our surroundings. Whatever we see in our surroundings is our environment. For example, if you live in your house, you see your veranda, you see your garden, the nearby vicinity area, shops, duster, this books, water bodies, rivers, ponds, lakes, birds, whatever you see in your surrounding, birds, animals, snake, whatever, will total be considered into environment. And what is balance? Balance means to adjust into a same proportion. For example, if there should be 100 fish in one pond, all the fish will live. But if you put 10,000 fish, the fish will eat each other in a small pond. So there will be no balance, and ultimately what will happen? All the fish will die. So it is very important to maintain ecological balance and environmental balance for proper food chain. Okay, you understood the basic concept. Now come to your textbook, page number 18. Page number 18. In this you will see a girl, a man and a boy with animal, with a pet. They are sitting, or they are looking, they are observing some surrounding the things which we can see in our nearby places. From this you can understand that there are many living things. If you observe different things, different components of your nearby place, you can do this study at home also. So you can see living things. For example, I am a living thing. Yes, plants is a living thing. Yes, you and your family is considered to be a living thing. The animals, pets, birds, everything will come into category of living things. Then non-living things. This duster, chalk, scale, the utensils, whatever we see in our home, especially kept nearby, this table, whatever you see, blackboard, it will all be considered into non-living things. Then some other components like sun, water, air, atmosphere, soil, these are the components of our environment. These are very important for the growth of all the living things. So plants use sunlight, carbon dioxide, and some materials of the soil. They get nourish themselves, and then they prepare the food in the presence of sunlight, and the food is prepared. What happened to this food? We pluck mango from the mango tree, so we are dependent on plants. But plant is dependent on what? Plant is dependent on nature. For example, they are dependent on minerals, nutrition, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, sunlight from the environment. So these are the components which plant use from they get food from the nature, they prepare food, and all other living things are directly or indirectly dependent on plants. You understood this? हम सब लोग प्लांट के भरोसे ही रहते हैं, भले मैं रहूं या गाय हो. गाय घास खाती है, तो ग्रास क्या है? ग्रास एक प्लांट के कैटेगरी में आएगा. हम फ्रूट खाते हैं, तो फ्रूट कहाँ से आता है? मैंगो ट्री से मैंगो, टेंडर कोकोनट से, मतलब कोकोनट ट्री से टेंडर कोकोनट, ऐसे हमको कोकोनट मिलते हैं. टाइगर क्या खाता है? डियर, काउ, बफेलो. तो वो लोग काउ बफेलो ग्रास खाते हैं, फिर उसको टाइगर खा जाता है. ऐसे करके हम लोग देखेंगे कि ऑल लिविंग थिंग्स आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन ईच अदर. दिस इज कॉल्ड फूड चेन. दिस इज कॉल्ड फूड चेन. मतलब कि एनिमल्स एक दूसरे से चेन में है, मतलब कि एक एनिमल को दूसरा एनिमल खा गया. वी विल टेक वन एग्जांपल. फॉर एग्जांपल, ग्रास. ग्रास इज ईटन बाय व्हाट? वर्म. ग्रास को कौन खा लेता है? वर्म. दिस वर्म is eaten by small birds. इसको छोटे कोई birds खा जाते हैं. For example, we will take hawk, and then this small bird will be eaten by bigger bird, like example eagle. Okay, so these are the examples we can go on. We will take another example like grass. Grass is eaten by what? Grasshopper. And then frog eats grasshopper. Then snake eats frog, and then kite eats snake. Kite snake को खा जाएगा. So this way we can see that the food chain is followed. Now we will go into food web. Food web क्या होता है? जैसे कि एक हर एनिमल दूसरे एनिमल पे या फिर प्लांट्स पे डिपेंडेंट है. ऑल एनिमल्स आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन अदर एनिमल्स और प्लांट्स. This together is called food web. You have a diagram on page number 21. You have a diagram on page number 21. You can easily see that all animals there is a arrow given. Who eats which animal? Which animal is dependent on which animal, or animal dependent on plants? So if you study this diagram, you will understand. I have given two examples like grass is eaten by grasshopper, and frog eats grasshopper, snake eats frog, and then kite eats snake. So this will be there in the example, this diagram. We will come to next. This diagram of a plant is very important. You will draw in your notebook, and you will keep. This is sun. Sun gives us sunlight. So this sunlight is used by plant to prepare food. They use carbon dioxide and they give us oxygen. Oxygen is used by us, and water they get from the soil and all the other minerals. Now we will come to, this is one of the example of our environmental balance. What is environmental balance? Environmental balance keeps our atmosphere very cool and pleasant, happy place to live. So we must keep many trees, we must not disturb animals, we must not go into the habitat of animals. किसी के animals जैसे कि zoo है या parks है, तो हमें animals को disturb नहीं करना चाहिए. We must not disturb them, we should not harm them, and especially we must control pollution. What will happen if there will be more pollution? We will consider one pollution, that is water pollution. We drink water. Sometimes when water is not fresh at home, जब पानी अच्छा नहीं आता है हमको from the tap, what we feel? We feel very tense. Mother gets good water from the stores by giving 50 rupees or 40 rupees. So it's very expensive, and that water also give us fish. Because of using water, farmer cultivate crops. So if water is polluted, ultimately who is going to eat all those things? Human beings. So human being has to be very aware of the importance of pollution and plants. So plants control pollution. We must ensure that we are not destroying plants, we are not disturbing animals, and this will help us to maintain environmental balance. So if we help to food chain to follow, and all the food web is controlled and it is followed in a specific manner, environmental balance will happen automatically. So we have taken this also into consideration. One more thing I will explain you, it's there in the textbook maybe, or it is not there. We will discuss about water cycle. Water cycle you can easily see. If you can do this experiment at home, you can keep a utensil and one glass of water in a utensil and put that into the gas stove. What you see, after few minutes there will be water vapor. This water vapor then goes and mix in the air, it condenses, and it becomes, after many days if this is followed, this will become clouds, and droplets of water will be accumulated into these clouds, and when these clouds become very heavy, they again come in the form of rain droplets onto the earth. So water from the sea and rivers, because of the sunlight, because of the heat of the sun, they get evaporated, and this cycle is formed. For example, this again water is heated, becoming vapor, becoming cloud, and then again water coming back to earth. So this is called water cycle. There are many other water cycles like this which we must ensure to go smoothly. For example, some microorganisms decay our waste food. So this is also one of the cycles. Again, this food is mixed with the soil and plants get nourishment from it. I hope today's lecture is very important for your life and you make it more enjoyable and most learning knowledgeable. Thank you, students.